Everybody ready? Good morning, everyone. Looking at all this merchandise here, you would think that you just walked into some type of store. The sad items are just a fraction of what was actually stolen by two individuals and brokered for profit by a third person over the course of a month. Most of these items were taken from local businesses. Others were stolen right off the front porch from a homeowner here in all the diligent work by our detectives. 36-year-old Joshua Vining, who was already out on bond for a previous burglary, and his roommate, 46-year-old Jason Slater, have been arrested in connection with 8 burglaries in the Brandon area. These burglaries occurred between June 16th and July 20th, where more than $13,000 in property was stolen. It gets worse. June 23rd, Joshua Vining burglarized the Brandon First Church of Nazarene and took a number of power tools. And days later, Vining broke into the Chopsticks Restaurant on E Brandon Blvd and made off with cash and an iPad. Throughout the month of July, this crime spree continued with burglaries at the Oakfield Lanes Bowling Alley, Miller Construction, the Atomik Carbon Bike Shop, and Brandon Lighting. In these cases, a door was pried open or a window was broken and high-valued electronics were taken. During these burglaries, 46-year-old Jason Slater helped Vining with the actual burglaries or helped by selling the stolen property to a local pawn shop. The third arrest in this case was 34-year-old Brad Krantz, who was out on bond for a February aggravated battery charge. Krantz knowingly purchased some of the stolen merchandise and then would resell it for a profit online or right out of his home. After serving a court-authorized search warrant at his home in Plant City, a number of stolen items from 5 business burglaries were recovered. Why are these business burglaries so important? These targeted businesses were already struggling to remain open during the pandemic. It's these types of losses that can be the final straw and closing a business's door forever. These burglaries just don't affect the businesses. They affect all of us as consumers, as the losses are passed on to all of us. I'm very proud of the diligent work by our detectives who identified these suspects and put an end to this month-long crime spree. With the arrest of these 3 individuals, they will face justice for their crimes and will no longer victimize business owners and residents in our community. While we have located many of the victims linked to these burglaries, we are still processing some of the recovered stolen property and would ask anyone in the Brandon area who has been a victim of a recent burglary to please contact the Hillsborough County Sheriff's Office at our non-emergency line at 247-8200. I will now try to take any questions anyone may have.
Any further arrests, Sheriff? Is it ongoing, or are there going to be any more arrests connected to this?
That's a good question. When you have an investigation like this, you always realize that you can maybe link another burglary to these individuals or another individual. We believe we have the 3 players that are involved, the 3 criminals that were involved in this crime spree. So I don't think I don't believe we have more suspects. I believe we have more victims, and we're hoping they'll see this today and come forward.
Sir, what do you make of people who would take advantage of others during a pandemic, a state of emergency?
Simple word, it's despicable. We have individuals that are struggling to put food on the table. So to go remove an item, steal an item from their front porch that they've worked so hard for, that's taking advantage of a victim who's already been victimized. Same thing with these businesses. They're struggling to stay open during a pandemic. Take a look around. This is just a fraction of what was stolen. It's these types of losses that will force these businesses to close forever. And it affects all of us here in Hillsborough County. Thank you, everyone. Appreciate you coming out. Again, the detectives, supervisors, great job. Wonderful job.